Hello, viewers. Greetings from Team Bridge. And yeah, we are doing fine. We all are working from home. And today I have a special guest with me. His name is Professor Dr. Sudeep Satpathy. He is a international sports medicine physician, and he has incredible work experience. So I will just speak that out. He's the country ambassador India for International Institute of Race Medicine USA. He's a tournament director of Badminton World Federation. He's also a sports science advisor with Fast&Up India. He's Chief Medical Officer, Premier Badminton League, Chief Operational Officer of Sportseed Pro, and he's also a medical doctor with SAI, Sports Authority of India. And in addition to all of these, he has also worked with the Rio Olympics 2016. And that's why his presence or his conversation is extremely important for us. Hi, Dr. Sudeep. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine and I'm doing well. And you all
Yeah.
know that there's a lockdown, and so we all are working from home now. And let's see how the coronavirus has been tackled by India and across the world, how it is taken care of.
Yeah. So, Dr. Sudeep, there is a vibe of sadness around. That's why I want to start our conversation on a positive note, asking you that how was your experience while working during Rio Olympics? How was it?
It was really very good, and as because I went to the city Rio, and you could see the transport system, the Olympic villages, the whole euphoria among the athletes as well as the spectators and all. Everybody, it was a perfect scene to experience the top athletes and the top championships that had taken place at that point of time there. I was working in the polyclinic, which was there inside the Olympic Village, and we had some 3 to 4 sports medicine stations or the clinics, and we had physiotherapy things were also there, hydrotherapy, and we had dental and everything. It was so well organized, and the polyclinic was so huge, so that we can make ultrasound or the X-rays or the MRI and CT, whatever you want, whatever you write the investigation, you could get it in no time. And the whole approach and whole system was in place, and it was a very nice experience for me as a budding sports medicine physician or a doctor to experience all these things at that particular time.
Mhm. And what was your plan for 2020 Olympics, which is not happening right now? What is your plan initially?
Actually, initially, I work with the Badminton World Federation. So, and in the last year 2019, I also worked with the para badminton, and this time in Tokyo 2020, para badminton would have been the first sport that was there in the calendar, in the sporting calendar there in the para Olympics. And unfortunately, now, as because it has been shifted to the next year, we don't know what the fate is. But if at all it shifts to next year, I will be taking part in the para badminton in this Tokyo 2021.
Oh, okay, great. So when it comes to what was your reaction when you got to know that Olympics is being postponed to 2021?
Actually, we were also speculating that something will be there, like postponement or cancellation of the Olympics. But it is good to see, because there is a chaos now, because nobody is training outside. They in the groups, everybody is practicing social distancing. So at that point of time, it is very difficult for the athletes to have a right mindset set in order to practice or in order to train for these Olympics. And so it is a very nice move that they have shifted it to 1 year. So the athletes and the participants who are going to take part, they will be in a relaxed mode, and there will be plenty of time to take care of their health, as well as to be in their top level at the when the Tokyo 2021 will take place.
So yeah, I have a couple of interesting questions for you, which my team wanted to ask to you. I'll just go through it. Yeah. So first question is, were you always a sports fan, and why did you choose sports medicine?
It's a yes. Obviously, in India we see a lot of cricket and all, and so everybody is a sports fan in India. To say, in fact, everybody is a cricketer fan. Is a cricket fan.
Yeah.
So, having said that, when I was in medicine, I would thought to do something different because I always believe that do not follow what others are doing. Instead, follow a new path and leave a trail. This is my belief. So I thought of taking, because this was a new science in India, and there were not many sportsmen in physicians, and we were not helping our athletes in such a way to give them a scientific as well as a medical point of view of their participation and training. And so I thought, why not take a new discipline and see which is new in India but not in the outside world. So, and in order to see that where I could take this field and help the athletes, or in order to train, or the prevention of injuries, or to enhance their performance. So these were the three main ideas or issues which I wanted to tackle, and so I tried to explore in the sports medicine field.
Hmm. Nice. So, since you have been involved in diverse sports like badminton, football, and Olympic sports, so how does your preparation change for every tournament?
Uh, Actually, when I'm giving the appointment for any particular sports, for example, in the World Badminton Championships or Rio Olympics, or the team physician sports and all. So at least the first important thing that I do is to try to know that sport particularly is very important for in order to practice the sport method in that particular sports. So first, the rules and regulations of the sport. I prepare in order to understand the sport very well. And secondly, what are the common epidemiology of the sports injuries that they occur in that particular sport? For example, the injuries for the badminton players is different than from the injuries from the football players, or the cricket players, or the rowing players, or so it is different. So we need to understand and go through the whole epidemiology of injuries and all, any recent guidelines or documents in order to prepare a manual in order to prepare for that particular sports. And having done all these things, the most important thing is, always as a sports medicine physician, our prime importance is to protect the athlete's health during training, during competition, and during his non-competitive time also, if at all possible. So with this background, I try to prepare myself in such a way so that I am well equipped in order to understand the sports, understand the athlete injuries, and to prepare and enhance their sporting performance at that particular point of time.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. And see, since we all are seeing that sports science is the buzz is increasing in our country, so how do you think sports science has changed in India over the years, and how do you see the future unfold ahead?
In order, particularly for India, as it is now becoming a sporting nation, and so I see that the future is huge for India. For example, now where many sports federations have imbibed the culture of the sports science into their team. They are hiring sports psychologists, sports scientists, physical trainers, and medical doctors. They always used to hire physiotherapists also, but now they are trying to include different specialists from different diverse backgrounds in order to help their athlete to maximize their potential, because they are now understanding that coach helps them in the training and all, but they require a diverse set of other consultants also in place in order to help the athlete to attain their maximum level or maximum potential or maximum performance that we say.
Mhm. So, Dr. Sudeep, since you have worked in multiple sports, if I may ask that, which is your personal favorite? Which sport in particular, and why is it so?
It is football, because you this is amazing to see football and watch football and to be associated with football and all. Badminton is also very very exciting in India, and some Chinese as well as the Japanese players, so nice. Indian players also play very nice, but it is really what to, as a fan of the sports and all, you will love to see the live games, and it is so I cannot explain.
I
I have
can see
words
that
to
in your
explain this.
smile right now.
So really, but football is amazing to work in football, to be associated, because there are a large number of players, injuries every time something or the other thing is happening. So it keeps you busy also. The football keeps you busy. Yeah. So I like that sports most.
And which sport do you play by yourself?
I play badminton, I play lawn tennis, I play table tennis, a little bit of football and all, but more importantly, I play badminton and table tennis as well as lawn tennis.
Mhm. Yeah, and so you have also been associated to Kerala Blasters during the ISL. So, what was your role, and how big was your role, considering the number of on-field injuries are more in Indian football?
Yes. So I was associated with the Indian Super League, the Kerala Blasters team as their team doctor and team physician in the season 2015. So at that particular point of time, our role was to be with the players and try to guide them, try to rehabilitate them during injury part, and have a pre-screening before, or we call it the pre-participation screening before we hire them and all. And most importantly, to guide them and to help them to recuperate. So that there is less injuries and they are always fit, and they play at their 100% at each point of time when they go, either they are in the home matches or outside home matches. They are particularly fit in order to have to play the competitive matches.
Definitely. So, as I'm interested to know, uh, like the young aspirants who aspire to do something in the field of sports medicine in our country, what advice would you give to such candidates?
The first thing is that you have to love your sport, because this is about passion. And because when you will be passionate towards the sports or towards a particular field, then only you will try to understand, because self learning is most important. And then you will try to understand the intricacies of the sport, as well as the injury, as well as I told you earlier also that there are three important things that a sports medicine physician need to have. One, they need to assess the athlete. They build their high performance team, so that the athletes are there at their top level, and then they perform or to maximize their performance. And the third is prevention of injuries. So apart from treatment, is obviously that is the another step, but if you do the first three steps in a nice way, so the fourth steps comes later on. So you need to be very passionate about the sports and about the athlete's health. And always you have to read a lot of material, because all clinical evidence and the journals, they give you in order to give them the best evidence based treatment as possible at that point of time. So you have to always be very passionate towards the sport as well as this field. Otherwise you will not love it. Otherwise there will be you will not love it, and you have to be traveling always with the teams, as well as with the players and all, so you know how to be active, and you will be many times you will be away from the home because of the requirement of the sport. So these are the things that every student or every aspirant should try to consider before they go and take this sports medicine as their career.
Mhm. And yeah, coming back to our current situation, the entire world is fighting coronavirus at this point of time. And every individual, obviously, we are going through a tough time. And since we are associated to sports in the sports industry, in the sports domain, we all are seeing the loss of economy in the sports industry as well. And like people like you, people like us, and people in sports industry, not a lot of events are happening right now. We are seeing that maybe personally I can see that okay, for the next 6 months nothing is happening. So for sports fans as well, uh, it's sad, it's depressing. But then how do we keep our enthusiasm up? So do you how will you tackle this situation personally?
Yes, really, it is a very these 3-4 months has been a very dull period for the sports fraternity, and also, as you have said rightly, that another 3 months will be there. So approximately these 6 months we will not have any sports or any sports across the world. But as a sports, as in the sportsmanship field, I always believe that exercise is medicine. And now the parks have been also locked down because of social distancing and all.
Yeah.
So so in order to keep oneself fit, one should try to do, some exercises or yoga or some practices, because now it is a very difficult time. You cannot go and train also in gyms and all because of the close proximity to the other individuals also over there. So just take some exercise, do some basic exercise that's in your balcony or in your terrace that you have, some exercise or some walking. uh, Walking that too inside the home, you have to walk now. Or if you have a big apartments and all, so that a lot of space is there, again the zones are restricted nowadays. So you have to keep a distance, and then try to do some yoga is good, then do some exercise, move around the house as far as possible, as many times as possible. Be Do not be sedentary for more than 1 hour or 1.5 hours. Go out to take a bottle of water, or move around the house, and then again sit down to watch some TVs and all. But anyway, you have to keep yourself fit, and movement is exercise is medicine, and we now call it moving medicine and all. So so you have to keep moving inside your house also, if at all possible, or do some yoga and all.
Yeah, yeah. So personally, I have so personally I have started doing, so like initial 4 5 days I was not doing anything, and then I felt so bored that okay, and eventually I understood that okay, this cannot continue for a much longer time. So even in our rooms, our houses, we can do exercises like jump lunges and abdominal cocoons and push-ups and all of that. So yeah, we
Yes,
have to
yes,
make the most out of the situation. That's all we can do.
of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah. So coming back to coronavirus and Olympics, so I think that okay, since this lockdown, what do you think that will mental fatigue become a major hindrance for players to return to the regular course of action? And what advice would you recommend to the sports persons to keep up their morale?
So I don't think that there will be a problem, because at the Olympics all elite athletes are there, so they know that as because such thing has occurred in 100 years. I think now this communicable diseases, and as because coronavirus or the COVID-19 is very infectious, and we
Mhm.
have been locked down in our home. These situations does not are not there in 100 years or like that in 1914, like that some flu was there in Denver and all. But and elite athletes, they don't they will be keeping themselves fit by doing something or the other. And once the whole situation stabilizes and everything is okay, and there is no risk for, they will again start doing, and in 1 to 2 months again, again they will be in the good shape to be participating in different competitions across the world. I don't think this will be a problem for the elite athletes.
Mhm.
They must be trying something or the other in order to keep themselves fit. And this is a good time for them also, so that they can be with their family. That is, you have a positive, you have a negative, so they have to be with their families and have some time for themselves. So and nobody can do anything now. Just we have to be positive, and be keep ourselves engaged, not to think too much about corona, or to read in WhatsApp and all about corona, but to read articles that boost the morale, or some positive thinking, positive psychology. That is what is required at this present moment. Gradually, in 1 to 2 months after this situation, everything will be okay.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, definitely. So, Dr. Satpathy, are you? So, if any of our viewer is interested to get in touch with you for learning more sports science and sports medicine, are you open for it? If I may put it in a more appropriate way, are you willing to take up like online counseling or something like that?
No, of course, I'm happy to do it. And as because I am passionate for the sport medicine and sports science, I'm ready to help anyone online. On the online platform is the best platform now. So if they want anything regarding some links to good articles, or to how to keep themselves fit in this present situation, or they want some science in order to to have some lectures or science about how to develop themselves, how to perform better, how to prevent injury, any across sports, any field they want to have a quick chat or a discussion, I'm open to it, and I'm more than happy to help them out.
Mhm. Great. Yeah, final word of advice which you would like to give to our viewers.
Is amidst of all this lockdown, keep yourself fit, keep moving, do not be sedentary for a long period of time, keep yourself engaged, and try to be active.
Great. It was nice speaking to you, Dr. Sudeep. We will just sign off. And so, if any of you want to get in touch with Dr. Sudeep, his email ID will be provided in the description box below. And where we at the Bridge, we are really thankful to Fast&Up for facilitating this interview. Actually, this knowledge bank, if I may say. And yeah, so subscribe to us and stay connected, stay fit, stay healthy, keep yourself and people around you motivated. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.